Hi guys, I'm just jumping on here quickly just to present two videos to you from two different sources, two different pastors who I've been listening to for some years, of what they're saying may be occurring next month. It may not be, it may, you know what I mean, but it's better to prepare, you know what I mean, rather to have and not need it than to need it and not have it, just in case. But watch the videos and see what you think. As you can see, that the kind of world we're living in now is it has changed dramatically, and let's just say there are forces, entities hard at work to try and destroy us as a nation, as people, and so just listen to what they're saying and prepare the best way you can, and I'll see you on the other side to see what you think.
Perry Stone this week came out with apparently he's got a guy that is on the inside. I'm gonna say he's got his Mike from around the world guy. Okay, so this guy obviously is also on the inside, and he's heard from some chatter. He predicted the cyber attack that really messed up all the planes and everything, to the day. And it wasn't because he predicted it; it's because he heard the information of what they were planning to do, and he also knew about that software problem. He has now come forward and told apparently Perry Stone that October there is going to be definitely an October surprise. The chatter in the dark web, we're talking dark web, and it's not chatter, it's you got to be down in there in that encrypted world, but is a planned shutting down the entire US power grid or large portions of it, and it would happen in October. And this startled Perry to the point that he did a video to warn people that they should prepare. So I guess my question to you, Mike, is there that kind of discussion, or is there encrypted messages, or is there something going on? Is there a plan? Do you think, do you have intel, any chatter on this?
Pastor, for a while now, right? For a while, the grid has been one of the objectives of terrorism.
Okay.
For a while, especially since this deal with Israel and Hamas. Right?
Yep.
They've been attempting to tap into those power station networks. Again, and the power companies are attempting to, fortify some of their communications with these stations. But these guys are clever, and you don't know who they are. So I'll say it again. You have a lot of people who are CEOs. You have a lot of people who are CFOs, all these different executives positioned in these companies who are loyal to the Middle Eastern cause. They're not loyal to the American cause. They're not loyal to the West.
Let me just say this, because I think this is critical while we're on there, because I know that you have a good following of faithful believers. And I got a call yesterday from a guy super well connected. It's not mine to share. He can share it as he wants. 3 confirmations from the IDF, from US intelligence, and from another intelligence. This guy's connected to intelligence and all that, that there is a date in October that's on a particular Jewish important day in Judaism and Israel that they have chosen to initiate World War III with a nuclear exchange. That's how imminent this is. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. He's just relaying 3 independent sources from 3 independent intelligence guys, one actively in Israel, another one here, 2 in CONUS in the continental United States, that said it is coming. Guess what? Everything's normal. Everything's normal. It's not, but it is, because I'm going to go swimming with my family in a river today. Everything's normal, but it's not. Like, I went out to eat last night. Like, we went, like, there's normal stuff. Right. But those with ears to hear know that everything is poised to change in an instant and a suddenly. But the masses have no concept. There is no entropy and degradation to the end times. It just happens suddenly in an instant. That's what the listeners need to know and understand. Days of Noah, days a lot. Just as it was. Just as it was. Everything was normal until it's not. Mystery Babylon. Everything is normal until it's not. Isaiah 30. Everything is normal until the bulging wall breaks, and suddenly, in an instant, it is done. And I believe that it is on us in a way that I don't understand and I can't comprehend and I can't prepare for. You just can't, other than
No.
to solidify my identity in Christ alone. That Christ is my provision. Christ is my refuge. Christ is my strong tower, to dwell, hide, and abide in the shelter of the Most High, to run into the name of the Lord. Because the righteous run into him and they are saved.
Safe.
To not trust in horses or chariots, but in the name of the Lord my God. To not by strength, not by might, but by the Spirit of God to do these things. To know my God, not to know my preps and my skill set and my background and my ability to endure. I don't want to know anything about that. I want to know the face of my God and the hand of my God and the voice of my God so intimately that I don't fear bad news. I am not shaken. My heart is steadfast, trust in the Lord. My heart is secure. I have no fear. In particular, the Lord has given me 3 particular dreams of Chinese invasions, and all of them were predicated upon a direct missile attack. And they all swept through the West Coast. In particular, I've seen the Columbia River Gorge up there by Vancouver and all that kind of stuff coming in from the Northwest, and also Southern California and stuff like that. The Lord has shown me that in very particular images. He's shown me the horrors and the traumas, full on genocide. We're not talking about a simple military occupation. It is a genocidal occupation. Every man, woman, and child who walks and moves in the United States of America is shot dead on the site. I've seen it all. Okay. But the one in particular, I think you're referencing, Brother Benjamin, is that the Lord gave me. This is about 6 years ago now, 5 or 6 years ago now. I have to check my journal, but where, and it's interesting watching what's going on in the natural, right? In the
Right.
empirical and in the objective, with Putin going and meeting with Kim Jong-un and his sister and all this, and making this coalition, mutual alliance, military alliance. Because what I saw in my dream in particular was, I'll just give the Cliff Notes version of it, was 2 nuclear missiles from North Korea with North Korean markings on it and a North Korean flag on it, striking the East Coast in the middle of the day, a beautiful, bright, sunny, normal day. Suddenly, in an instant, in a single day, in a single hour, everything's normal, as it was in the days of Noah, as it was in the days of Lot. Everything's normal till it's not. Everything's normal till it's not. And that's what the Lord showed me. And for whatever reason, like, this thing came overhead, and I was shocked. I was sitting with my family having a picnic in the mountains, which is weird because I have lived in the Midwest my entire life until 2 years ago. The Lord brought us to the Rocky Mountains. So I didn't even have, like, in the dream, I'm in the mountains, having a picnic on a sunny day, and I see this, this white cylinder flash overhead at ludicrous speed. Not to quote Spaceballs, but at ludicrous speed, right? Shoots overhead. And I was like, what was that? Talking to my wife and kids. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see another one coming. And as it comes overhead, the Lord, it slowed down to, like, 1 frame per second and zoomed in. And it was a giant, 70-foot long missile, with the end stage rocket boosters burning on the back. And it zoomed in on the nose cone, and there was a flag. And in the dream, I didn't know what the flag was. When I woke up, I had to research it. I mean, I had to, start searching for what flag was that. And it zoomed in on it and showed me the flag clear as day, this big in my eyes, and then zoomed out, and it flashed over. And from in the dream, for some reason, I knew that it came from the west and went east across the whole US, which is weird. And in the dream, I had a knowing that one had struck New York City and one had struck Washington, D.C. Just the 2 missiles. And when I woke up, and it was so real and vivid, and I had to do some digging to find what the flag was, and it was a North Korean flag. So as I'm watching these things take place, now I'm transitioning. This is my speculation.
Right.
I believe, informed speculation. I believe that Russia and China and Iran, along with many Central and South American countries, and along with several European countries that are currently our allies, and even part of NATO, have all conspired in secret to exalt North Korea if they are willing to be the scapegoat for a time for all the face of the earth for doing a first strike nuclear attack on the American mainland. I believe that is what has happened. I believe that that's what all the background thing is, that they have agreements that they're going to take North Korea, give them a seat at the table. They're going to take them out of the dark ages. They're going to build them up as an economic superpower, bring in the electricity, bring in the infrastructure, bring in the manufacturer, bring in the whatever. If they allow themselves to be a scapegoat to buffer the other superpowers who are going to come in and restructure, quote unquote, Great Reset, right? End times, 10 kings, nations, and all that. Restructure the face of our global hierarchy and administration. That's what I am convinced of is coming. That doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just saying that's what I'm convinced of, but that doesn't mean that I'm right.
There you go, guys. You know, as I said here, that was Jamie Walden, you know, and Pastor Paul Begley, saying that they've heard from different sources, reliable sources, that dates have been set for next month. Possible cyber attack, possible war. And so I say just prepare the best way you can and take the advice from Jamie is to get saved. Jesus Christ is Lord.